All right, well, good evening, everyone. As he said, my name is Justin Novitsky, Executive Director of Hope Life Center since 2023. And the mission of Hope Life Center is to reach the community with the gospel of Jesus Christ by meeting the physical, emotional, and spiritual needs of women, men, and their unborn children. For more than 20 years, individuals, businesses, and churches have supported this work to provide pregnancy tests, ultrasounds, support programs, recovery programs, material support, and more to more than 2,000 women and men. And that impact is not limited to those 2,000, but it is a generational impact. I'd like to begin tonight by recognizing our board, our staff, and our volunteers. We have two board members with us tonight. I'll say their names and they can wave to you or stand up. Reverend Jim Mayland is here, somewhere in the room. And Tammy Kors as well. It's Tammy over there. Two other board members, Deacon Gordy Rupplinger and Becky Book, were unable to join us tonight, but they are lifting this evening up in prayer. I want to thank our staff and our volunteers in the back here, so if you guys could wave your hands back there at those back tables. Thank you to staff and volunteers. Now I'd like to specifically recognize two of our staff members. And they didn't know I was doing this, but I like to keep them on their toes. So, Hope first opened its doors in 2003, and 3 years later, Jackie began volunteering at the center. The following year came on staff to serve as the operations director. 20 years is an incredible tenure for anyone at the same ministry, and I have found that it is even more incredible in the area of pregnancy center work. So, I'd like to ask Jackie Hahn to come up here in recognition of 20 years of faithful, committed, and dedicated service to the ministry of Hope Life Center. We have for Jackie a recognition bouquet of flowers and a card and a plaque.
I got the card. It's in there. She's got it.
Thank you. Thank you, Jackie. Appreciate you. Now we'll see if this other staff member knows that her name may be called here. In 2011, Hope expanded to a location in Anago, and that year Christina Wilson came on staff to be the center director for the Anago location. In 2018, the Anago Center suffered a devastating fire, but God had incredible plans for how to use Christina in other areas of this ministry. In 2021, in addition to her work with abortion-minded women at the center, Christina led the launch of a Deeper Still chapter and has been holding annual retreats to provide a safe and confidential place for post-abortive women and men ever since. So in recognition of 15 years of faithful, committed, and dedicated service to the ministry of Hope Life Center, I'd like to recognize Christina Wilson. Christina will be retiring at the end of the year, but she has laid a strong foundation for the flourishing of our abortion recovery ministry. And Mary Jean is with us tonight. She's joined our staff and is working with Christina to continue the charge. Mary Jean back there, thank you so much. Christina, thank you. She just said that she can volunteer at the end of the year, so we will take it, book it. Be happy to have her continue to serve here at Hope Life Center. Our theme tonight is Broken Made Beautiful. It's represented in the broken pottery pieces and the bedding of the beautiful spring floral arrangements at your table. It's on our poster and your table schedule with a nod to kintsugi, which is a Japanese art of repairing broken pottery using lacquer mixed with powdered gold. The beauty of that pottery is that instead of hiding damage, this 400-year technique highlights the cracks to celebrate an item's history, flaws, and redemption. You'll see our theme portrayed in our client testimony video as a potter works her hands into the clay. But even more, you see the broken made beautiful in the service to women and men that come to Hope Life Center. They come in lonely and fearful of an unexpected pregnancy. And you see it in you and I, because we've all come from a place of brokenness. And anything that is beautiful in this world is because of our Creator God and the redemptive work of His Son, Jesus Christ. Our world is broken, and abortion is part of that. give you a little bit of the current landscape of abortion today. Dobbs was a legal victory for the states. Since the Dobbs decision, 25 states have introduced, passed, and signed into law legal protections for unborn children. However, in the first full year following Dobbs, the country saw an 11% increase in abortions since 2020. Now, why is that? It's because of the increased numbers of abortions reported in neighboring states with permissive abortion laws. When you allow the states to make decisions, some of them make the right ones and some of them do not. Less than 200 miles from here, down I-39, is the state of Illinois. With nearly 22.6% of the nation's share of the 155,000 out-of-state abortions in 2024, Illinois is the number one out-of-state abortion destination. The name abortion tourism describes the sickening strategy of states like Illinois to use abortion as health care to draw people to spend money in their state. There's also the continued rise of chemical abortions. Drug-induced abortions continue to make up 63% of all U.S. abortions, and this number was just 6% 25 years ago. But 63% is even an undercount, since it does not include abortions outside the formal healthcare system or those done under shield laws whereby abortion pills are shipped to states where abortion is supposed to be deemed illegal. Furthermore, there have been reports of abortion drug stockpiling, and no one knows for sure where these drugs ultimately end up. Drug-induced abortions have a complication rate 4 times that of surgical abortion, and as many as 1 in 5 women will suffer a complication. Yet no in-person visit with a physician or an ultrasound is required. Non-physicians are allowed to disperse the medication. I recently watched the CEO of APLOG, American Association of Pro-Life Gynecologists, go undercover to order abortion pills. She presented as a 13-year-old with anemia and on blood thinners, having 3 sections in the past, and currently using an IUD with a risk of ectopic pregnancy. She was given confirmation for an order within 2 minutes of submitting that information. No review of the information by a medical professional. But God continues to work through the broken to make things beautiful. The Abortion Pill Reversal Network, since its inception, has seen 8,000 lives saved through the administering of progesterone to counter the effects of the abortion pill. As you know from the stats on your table, there are at least 2,775 pregnancy centers across the nation, reaching 1 million clients in a single year. Collectively, they are providing almost $500 million in services and material goods. And this is because of you. This work is made possible because of organizations, churches, and individuals like you. We have churches who inform the men and women in their congregations of the biblical mandate to stand up for the vulnerable and particularly those unable to defend themselves. This year we have 13 churches sponsoring a table at our banquet and close to 50 churches that are supporting us in multiple ways. Yesterday we had 10 churches represented by church leaders at our luncheon to be encouraged and equipped in their pursuit of shaping the culture for life. We have faithful donors who make this life-saving work possible. It is your gifts and financial support that make this life-saving possible. Hope Life Center boasts 660 individual donors and 25 businesses who provide financial support. And we have more than 150 of those individuals, businesses, and churches supporting the work of Hope Life Center that we call Champions of Hope. These are ongoing donors giving monthly or perhaps quarterly, and they are helping transform lives every month. Last year's banquet saw 15 new Champions of Hope, and tonight we're hoping to meet or exceed that number. I want to share with you the way that your donations make a real impact for women, men, and their unborn children in 2025. We saw 112 new clients, which was up 20 from the previous year, and we had 10 returning clients through a total of 203 visits. We're seeing more abortion-minded and abortion-determined women with our strategic advertising on digital billboards, streaming services, and Google searches. We recently shared in a letter that went out to many of you that it costs approximately $67 per woman to reach her first through our advertising. And many of you responded with gifts of $67 to support one woman, or $134 to support 2 women, or even more than that. Last year, we were able to train 2 nurses in ultrasound and purchased a new ultrasound machine through the generosity of the Knights of Columbus. We provided 49 ultrasounds in 2025. We know as many as 90% of women who see an ultrasound and hear their baby's heart will change their mind and carry the baby to term. We've now begun exploring offering ultrasounds as early as 4 and 5 weeks of pregnancy. Just in the last few weeks, we had an individual that came in, an abortion-minded client, that decided to keep her baby after seeing just the smallest development in those 4 to 5 weeks. We've had 14 post-abortive clients cared for in our spring and fall Deeper Still retreats this year. At best, we know we saw 2 of those participants accept the Lord, and there were 19 children that were memorialized. We have about 17 active team members with several who serve once a year. Our WOW prayer group, the Watchmen on the Wall we call them, sign up to pray in shifts over the course of the retreats and the week afterward, and that averages 38 people for our retreats. You've helped 28 clients by providing education and material support, including 474 free classes, 150 baby outfits, 200 plus packs of diapers, and 100 packs of wipes. We partnered with you and Every Life Diapers during last year's Hope on the Block event at the 400 block to run a diaper drive to provide diapers and wipes to our new clients. Every Life is a diaper company that we enjoy partnering with because they believe every child is a gift from above that deserves to be protected and celebrated. And every other major diaper brand either vocally or financially supports abortion, which is the very reason that Every Life was founded. You can support Hope Life Center by purchasing diapers for your own children or grandchildren by using a unique code HLCWI10, Hope Life Center Wisconsin 10, to get 10% off for yourself and 10% commission for Hope. And there's more information for that in the back table, as well as the information about 7 weeks. We're very grateful for both of those organizations and the support that they've provided for us and what they're doing in the pro-life movement. God has so much more in store for Hope Life Center. I don't even think we've come close to reaching the ceiling. As far as this upcoming year in 2026, we're going to be hosting our third year of Hope on the Block, a free family-friendly event, the first Thursday in June. This is an outreach to our community with music and games to bless this community and bring awareness to the services of Hope Life Center and to the Hager House. Each year has grown, increasing the number of food trucks and children activities. We'll once again be bringing back Party Envy and their oversized yard games. Our friends will again be joining us from the worship band at Christ Community Church, Awaken. And they will be opening for our feature artist this year, Unspoken. Unspoken has been making music for more than 20 years, and their 4 studio albums feature hits like Start a Fire, Reason, and Good Fight. Sorry, I won't be singing any of those for you to help you remember those songs. But tune into 89Q and you're sure to hear some of those. One thing I want to ask for is that we continue to look for business sponsors for that event. This is a great way to get the name of your business connected to an incredible free event for the community. So I know that in this room there are grocery store owners, restaurant owners, and other business owners that we'd love to attach your name to this event. And so reach out to me if you're interested in that. Something I'm very passionate about is increasing and expanding the men's program at Hope Life Center. We want to continue to strengthen that outreach to the father of the baby. I've been beating this drum since the first banquet I spoke at as the executive director in 2023, and I'm just going to keep at it. The father of the baby remains the most influential factor in the abortion decision, and we want to include him to further encourage and empower her. A woman is more likely to terminate her pregnancy if she feels that the baby's father will not support her in having and raising the child. So we want to encourage him to embrace the roles of supportive partner and father. Today, 18.6 million children in America are growing up without their father in the house, and it's time to break the cycle. We want to support him to build a new legacy. I believe this statement from Roland Warren, CEO of our affiliate CareNet, with all of my heart. Pro-life work cannot just be about saving a baby. As God-honoring as this is, it must also be about raising a child, building strong families with mothers and fathers, and breaking the intergenerational risk of abortion. This requires embracing and promoting marriage, encouraging responsible fatherhood, and consistently sharing the transformative message of the gospel of Jesus Christ. We're going to do this by starting with our fatherhood program, by engaging expectant fathers at the first visit to become active participants in the decision process, empowering fathers to be a voice for life, equipping fathers with resources and tools to build their knowledge and confidence as a parent, all while encouraging and enhancing healthy relationships through marriage and family. In August, a suite at our center of our building was vacated, and we've acquired the suite. We've renovated a meeting space, and an office with new carpet, paint, and furniture. Mensner's donated wood, and Deacon Gordy and his brother and others donated their time and talents to turn this suite into the man cave. The men are out there. The space is ready. But we need someone to develop the program and direct the implementation of it. This might be one person, it might be two. It starts with administrative duties to analyze what's working with our women and tailor it for our men, to create a pathway, a process from the first visit to parenting. And we're seeking someone that could be trained to provide options counseling at the point of decision and recruit and train volunteer male advocates, we'll call them coaches, to provide ongoing support through groups and one-on-one mentoring. This might be part-time, it might be full-time split role with responsibilities like church engagement or development or education. We're also in need of a sexual risk avoidance instructor. Tomorrow, I'm speaking to 6th graders in Merrill about the dangers of technology and specifically about sexting, the sending of explicit pictures to peers and potential predators. This work is part of the preventative outreach that we do at Hope, in hopes that students reserve sexual relationships for the healthy God-ordained setting of marriage. If you think joining our staff is for you, come talk to me tonight. If you think you know someone, let them know you think God's got a calling on their life to be a part of something big at Hope. In closing, tonight let us remember that though our clients and though you and I have been pressed on every side by troubles, we are not crushed. Though they and we are perplexed, we are not driven to despair. Though we are persecuted, we are never abandoned, knocked down but not destroyed. Rather, we have this treasure in jars of clay to show that the surpassing power belongs to God and not to us. God bless you. Thank you for the active part you play in the beautiful redemptive story God is crafting through Hope Life Center. At this time, I want to direct you to the screen, and we're going to see this year's client testimony video.